Hey, everybody. This is the Unadulterated Amateurs Podcast with Joel Norden and Cassie, my wife. Cassie Norden. Cassie.
That's fine. You can say Cassie Norden, but I thought you were going to say and the wife, and you didn't. So
I was going to. That's how she preferred me to address her on the other video, our reaction we did. We did a warm-up reaction to start with us. Yeah, we finally got you on here.
Begrudgingly, yeah.
She's not sure how she feels, guys. She's not sure how she feels. Chuckles is at a work emergency, and yeah, he can't make it today. So I got my lovely wife to join me. I'm doing the podcast. How was your day today?
Good.
Yeah. Did you so
Average Tuesday?
Average Tuesday? Basically Monday's little brother? Mm-hmm. Same. At least it wasn't as hot today as it was yesterday. Because Monday was rough heat-wise for me.
Yeah, but who cares about that when you're in an air conditioning building?
I hate you so much. But I deserve it. Did you see the other thing I got, Chuck? For his Chuck Eats Everything?
No.
So I just told you about the pickle cotton candy. Pickle flavor cotton candy, which is going to be hilarious.
I kind of think it might be delicious, but...
You think that'd be good?
I mean, if you like pickles, people really like pickles, drink pickle juice, like pickle flavored everything.
Yeah, I think it's probably specifically because he doesn't like pickles.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Because he hates pickles. Yeah.
Now that you say it, though, I'm like, I'd be kind of down to try it, just a little piece.
There was something, they were just talking about on the radio today about pickles. And they were like, oh, you have to try everything once. Pickle flavored popsicles, maybe?
Oh, what the fuck? Listen, I eat some. Well, like the pickle juice?
Maybe it wasn't pickles. I feel like it was like hot dogs or something weird like that. Because I was like, I don't know. I can't get all of that.
Was it like a local thing?
No, I don't know where they got it. They were just like, there was like an article that they're coming out with hot dog flavored popsicles. And then I saw gummy hot dogs.
The things I want to say, but I'm going to hold back for you. Oh, Chuck was here. We'd be having a heyday. We'd be having a heyday right now.
Keep it clean. And hot dog, like Oscar Mayer hot dog gummies at Five Below that I saw today too.
That's even worse.
Well, they also well, I don't know if they were, but because I had heard that, whatever the other weird thing on the radio, when I saw them, and they also had bacon, and they were like they looked like bacon, like it was pretty realistically looking. The bacon one said fruit flavored, so I'm thinking the hot dogs actually were just like gummy flavored, but it didn't say it on it, and so I was worried, and I was like, who would want that? Because that sounds awful.
See, when you see something like that, you buy, and then you make Chuck eat it.
Yeah, but it probably was just fruit flavored, so I didn't want to waste any.
Knowing him, that weirdo would probably like it. Yeah. I was like, oh, hot dogs are the best. It's gourmet food. No, the other thing I got, though, was pickled mushrooms. Tell me that's not evil.
Like pickled.
A jar.
Like a jar
of pickled mushrooms. And I know he hates both things. So he doesn't like the pickles because of their pickled, right?
Right.
I don't know about regular cucumbers, but I imagine he wouldn't have an issue with those as much as he does pickles. So I'm thinking pickled mushrooms are just... I'm a good friend, guys. Good friend here.
Yeah, but I feel like Chuck doesn't like any vegetables, so cucumbers are probably out. He probably thinks they taste like dirt. He
bluffs like he does, but then when it comes down to it, everything tastes like dirt to him.
Yeah, it grows in the dirt, but that doesn't mean it tastes like dirt.
Did I tell you about him? Like on one of the podcasts, I called him out, and I was like, okay, so I don't remember exactly how it went down, but basically we decided that he likes dirt, but not the veggies.
I think I overheard this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a dirt eater. Mm-hmm. That's what he does best.
Pickled mushroom sounds disgusting to me, and I like both those things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I like both those things a lot, but I don't think
pickles, but not mushrooms.
I don't. Sounds weird.
I've never even heard of pickled mushrooms.
I don't know why you do that.
To make him suffer. I mean, that is the only reason to make him suffer. Yeah. that's going to be gross for him. There was some of our friends are getting a little extreme with, my friend group. Imagine that getting a little extreme. Some of the things that were going around for Chuck Eats Everything is going to be hilarious if they happen. Hilarious. He's already done like 3 episodes. We've only posted 1 so far, but like the other 2, he kind of took it easy on himself because nobody had really suggested anything yet. But he had like,
you can't. If people want to watch it, they don't want to know what he had already. You can give it away.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
Let's just say Chuck doesn't know food types. He's like, "Oh, this sounds terrible," and I was like, "He realizes this isn't anything like crazy."
Oh, like it's like kind of a normal thing, but like he
was like, you know how those
he doesn't have a wide spread.
We got those. It was a while back. Maybe your mom got it. It was like a box full of random goodies from like Asia.
Oh, from another country? No,
yeah.
It was your mom's cousin. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what he had. Some of those basically.
Oh, so
like
there were just other like nationality, which are like different, but and like
his were Asian, but they were like egg flavored. So I think he assumed it was egg flavored bad.
Yeah,
and then
he was telling me about some of these, and I was like, dude, I love like some of those really good. We had a lot of them when we had our Japanese exchange students.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How did he get this box? Like, did he?
I think his friends are giving him stuff.
Oh, okay.
So they're doing the same thing we're doing, but they're just way nicer. Apparently, what are you guys doing? What are you doing with your life? You know what I mean? Got to make them suffer.
You guys are just mean people.
We're just mean
friends.
See, the problem is that we're good to him, right? But when it comes to the torturing aspect, that's where we fail. You know what I mean? Like, especially when it comes to food.
I didn't mean specifically Chuck. I just meant friends. You always mean to your friends.
I mean?
Yeah, like sending someone a scorpion in the mail.
Hilarious. He called out my manhood, okay? And it was...
I'm just saying.
It was... you're taking that out of context very... The whole thing, Cassie. You can't just say you sent someone a scorpion. Like, you imagine like someone fucking opening a letter and a scorpion comes out and stings them, like a plan to kill them or something. That's not what happened, guys, at all. She's
What'd you send Chuck? Because I remember you were like, at least you're pretending you were gonna send him something, a live animal or something.
I had to make gift giving interesting, especially with my friends, and that's all. Like, I bought Chuck a crock pot. It was a Cowboys crock pot.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
And then I got Dan some D&D books. Okay.
Yeah. But
so that's how this whole thing started. Dan started panicking that I was giving him it wasn't even a scorpion. It was a insect. He thought it was an insect.
See, this is what you do. You mess with their minds. You like brain torture them. Like,
Dan still says.
That's why you're mean.
To be fair to Dan, we had him on the podcast, and Dan said to this day it's still one of the best pranks anyone's ever pulled on him. Because I had him like legit messing with. So he thought it was sending him a spider for some reason, and then so I was like, well, why not just roll with this? I'm like, he's gonna get the books and realize it's a joke, right? And then so I told him, yeah, it's a spider, or it's like a spider. And then he somehow got attached to the scorpion idea. And next thing I know, he spent 2 or 3 days researching how to take care of scorpions.
Yeah, no, I remember this because you weren't really going to do it, but he kept. And then finally you were like,
no, what happened was I was getting ready to tell him that I'd never actually bought a scorpion. And he's like, listen, you are not allowed to send me a scorpion. And I was like, what? And he's like, you don't have the fucking balls to do that. And I was like, excuse me? And I ordered the thing immediately. It was on. And then I told Chuck.
And there he goes.
Yeah, fair. But the best part of that whole thing was I knew Dan so well that I knew that like he wouldn't ever hurt this thing. This is the best part because when it comes to pranks with animals, people are very like sensitive about that. Like you're not supposed to like because you're hurting an animal, right?
Yeah.
In the process. Yeah. But I knew he was like too soft-hearted to even consider that, even though he was like talking like he would. And then he gets it, and next thing you know, he has an aquarium, and this thing's like testing the walls. That was my favorite part. Is it kept him up at nights. He'd wake up and like look over in the glass, and things like tapping the glass, like looking for boundaries. He was like calling me like daily, just explaining what was happening, what was new.
Yeah.
And they started calling him Hercules. Legitimately, the only reason they got rid of it is he felt bad Well, I don't think Paige wanted it. His wife.
I was like, I'm pretty sure it's because his wife was like,
she was struggling.
She couldn't sleep because she thought the thing was going to get out.
Yeah, she was afraid it was going to get out. But he said that it actually grew on him and he would like take him outside and stuff. But the issue was that he was afraid that he wasn't taking care of it properly. And just basically, Dan didn't have any confidence. Dan, if you're listening, And then so he ended up.
Hold on. He'd take it outside?
Because you can take it out of the container.
Like he'd hold it?
I think he said he got close to holding it, but he didn't actually hold it. But yeah, he let it like kind of wander. The one.
This isn't like a dog or cat. You take for a walk.
This isn't. It wasn't the one I got him. Was not like if you got stung, it was like equivalent of like a bee sting.
Yeah,
right?
it's not gonna like kill him. Like I get that it wasn't like, but still, I mean, it's just like if you're like a turtle or something. Like you don't take it outside for it has a thing. It just lives in there. Like you don't even take it out.
I'm not gonna act like the joke wasn't far, but it was hilarious. And our group of friends all has that humor, and so that was good. And but Chuck got backfired too because I think he agreed with Dan or something. I can't remember exactly how it went down. I think Chuck was a little smarter about it than Dan was because Dan straight up called me out. But I think when Dan started seeing with the spider, I was like, I can mess with Chuck too. And I even sent him tracking links, which was hilarious to Amazon. And I just changed the names. And so to make it look like, when you share a link from Amazon, it was like, oh, this is so-and-so, your tracking number, blah, 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 from this company. And I edited out in the text the company's info to whatever I wanted. So for Chuck, I sent rare and exotic livestock. So Chuck legitimately thought he was getting a cow. At the time, he's living in a trailer with his grandparents. So he's like, I swear to God, Joel, if a cow shows up to my house and my grandma... I said, well, you better get ready. You're going to come home and there'll be a cow chained to your trailer. Oh, my God. But then he was like, all right, well, he goes, that's what the joke is. That's the joke. It is pretty funny. I'm not going to lie, but, I'm not thrilled about it. Let's just say that. I was like, yeah. And then a crock box shows up and he took a selfie. He was like, thank you. I'm assuming this is the cow. I was like, yes. So he was smart about it. Whereas Dan decided to take the offense.
A cow printed crock pot. Like it should have had something to do with a cow.
But it was already ordered all the it was like Christmas gifts.
I'm just saying it would have been better.
It would have been way better. Absolutely. Maybe I'll actually send him a cow now. You want to get on a cow?
No.
We can send him like one of those little miniature cows. He has his own house now. He can actually graze in the backyard.
Yeah, you know how much one of those little miniature cows cost, probably?
I don't know.
They're cute, but
isn't it expensive?
Yeah.
They are cute. Would you ever have like a...
I don't know how you send that, though.
You don't send it.
I was like, that doesn't work. That does not work the same way at all.
No.
You'd have to go get it or someone would drop it off at the trailer and he'd have to
You'd have to have a trailer to drop it off at the trailer. Yeah, no, it'd be a whole thing. He lives in a house now. So, just be dropping off at his house. But so it's not as fun. Because the whole scenario is just whack. And that was... Yeah. To steady believe that whole thing was funny. My friend group is... I love them.
I guess
we share our sass.
They still hang around even with all this meanness, so they must
enjoy it. It was not mean-spirited. You act like it was. Just because you wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? You're like, I don't get your guys' humor. I guarantee you right now, I'm gonna call him. That's what we're going to do. We're going to call Dan.
Oh, I was like, who are we calling? We were talking about Chuck. I was confused.
We're going to call Dan, and we're going to see if...
He's not going to answer. When's the last time you talked to him?
It's been like a month.
Yeah, but what time is it? Isn't he work nights or something?
He does. Hey, buddy, you busy? Hold on. What is happening here? I don't know if it's connected. There we go. Are you busy right now, bud?
Just on my way home from school.
Oh, how's school been going? Hey, real quick, you are on a podcast, bud.
I'm on a podcast.
You're on a podcast. Things are getting wild. We need some confirmation here.
What?
I'm sorry to spring.
What's that?
I can just tell you're not thrilled.
I I don't like this already. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
So listen, Daniel, before you get all feisty and stuff. All right, so listen, Cassie is doing the podcast with me because Chuck's not here, okay?
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't be offended. That is your own inner. If you're offended, it's your own inner turmoil, your own inner voice. That's not me. I laugh because I like it. You assume way too quickly.
You see what I was saying? You should have just said, "Yeah, Joel, you're." So Dan, do you think our friend group as a whole, joke-wise, goes a little too far?
Joel, you're asking me, right?
Yeah, I'm asking you because Cassie says that she said we're way too mean to each other.
You sent a fucking scorpion to my house.
Oh, here we go.
Me.
That's what I was saying.
Listen, Daniel, you were on this podcast,
Okay.
3 or 4 months
so here's you guys will both like this answer.
Okay.
Sometimes yes, but I like it.
So you're
How's that?
so you're a masochist, is what you're telling me.
It makes it fun, man. Our friend group's interesting because of it. We have stories. We have, you know what I mean? And honestly, if it really goes too far, I think most of us are pretty understanding. Like, hey, man, enough.
Yeah,
you know?
if you
maybe not, I don't know.
It
depends. You have to get really mad to stop the friend group, but yeah.
If you actually like draw a line in the sand, say enough's enough, like we'd all respect that.
Respect that, yeah.
All right.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Hell yeah. Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Maybe guy friend groups in general are a little more hostile than female. See, the difference is guy friend groups are hostile to each other's faces.
Damn.
Good point.
Cassie was cleaning off.
Right.
Cassie was cleaning off her blade. She was like,
someone said these things to my face, I'd cry. Instead, we just say Cassie's like, I'm gonna stabbing some bitches in the back.
No, it's all good fun. I think most of the friend group understands, and you just try to come up with something better.
Yeah, and then if you take that step too far, and there wasn't a line in the sand, they're like, "Well, that was too far." Then you're apologizing, right? Yeah. Well, she was.
And honestly, if the scorpion, you bought the stuff to say. I mean, you didn't really screw me over in that deal in any way, shape, or form. It was honestly a well set up prank. Expensive as it was well set up.
I was pretty proud of that prank. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, dude, I love it. Because people just look at me with like this blank stare. Like, he sent you a scorpion. What do you mean? I mean, take a live scorpion, put it in a box. That's what he did. They're like, why would he do that? Because I have a fear of spiders, and he thought it was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Does make a good story.
It makes a really good story. Except you can't really tell anybody outside the friend group, like you were saying, because I was telling my grandparents, like, you sent someone. A mom's like, oh, Joel sent someone a scorpion, and they're like, you did what? And I was like, yeah, I sent my buddy a scorpion.
Well, I mean, grandparents is a different story. Like, I tell random people this, and they find it quite amusing. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I told someone at work, and it's an entertaining, good story to tell. Like,
yeah. Well, a lot of the older generation that I'm like, I've talked to and told this story to, they're like, why the fuck would you do that to someone? And I was like, okay, listen, you don't know Dan like I know Dan, okay? Like,
first off, all it is that their generation didn't have access to, or they would have done the same thing. That's all it is.
Fair point. Yeah. How's school been going, bud?
Not bad.
Good.
Not bad. Just, ready to be done with it.
Yeah, it's a grind, right? That's a grind.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, sorry for bothering you, bud. I knew you were probably on your way to work, or I didn't think you had school this late, actually.
Actually, it's supposed to be till 9:30. Yeah, we got out early, but yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are you guys?
Hopefully, by next year, I'm done with this shit.
Are you skimping out on work, and that's why you got out early, or were you actually, doing a good job, and so you got out early?
No, he asked everyone, like, hey, you guys can take a minute break and go piss or whatever, or I can keep talking and we can get out of here early. And everybody's like, let's get out of here early. So
very nice.
Oh, I see. So, yeah.
Hell yeah.
That makes a ton of work. Pimping on, please. I would never, sir.
Well, I miss you, bud.
I know, we haven't talked in forever, man. I've been in a slump here lately. Not that makes it okay, but
I don't know.
You never answer your damn phone.
What?
Fair.
What
You said you never answer your phone.
You don't either. I called you back and you never. Oh, no, that was I left you a message.
2 days later, like 2 fucking days later, hey, I forgot to call you back yesterday, Dan. Like, oh, okay, that's fucking convenient.
No, when you called me,
You know?
Daniel.
Oh, here comes excuses.
No, did you not?
No, you're fine, bud. I'm fucking with you. You're fine. I don't care.
Did you not listen to the voicemail I left you?
I did. You said not to call you back because you'd be in the podcast, so I didn't call you back.
Yeah, but I explained to you why I didn't call you back. You piece of
I know,
shit.
but when you call back and you're like, just so you know, if you don't call me within the next 10 minutes, I'm not answering. It's like, oh, that's a fantastic fucking voicemail to listen to.
Dan, that was like 8 months ago.
I know. I still use it, though. I love it. It was my favorite. That was the best voicemail I've ever heard. Dan, if you don't call me in the next 10 minutes, I'm not answering. I'm like, what kind of fucking dick does this? I'm like, this is awesome. I like it. I've never heard a voicemail like that.
First of all, okay, I was on a time thing. I was on my way home with the girls. I had 10 minutes. Okay, you son of a bitch. 10 minutes. That's it.
I'm going to start using it. I think when I call you and you don't answer.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, well, no, I just left you a message like last week. That's
I know. I don't remember. You said you did.
Yeah,
say
no.
something about it might be a podcast time, and I was like, okay.
There was no service from the fair, but we were in a podcast when you had called me originally. But that whole week, dude, it was. Remember at Carceration Fest when we were out there, and it was like, yeah, it was legitimately like that.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
It was unreal, dude. So
just that you're sitting there at the fair with your family and stuff, man. I get it. I completely understood. You're fine.
Yeah. You're sad.
It ain't like I've been doing a bunch of calls and stuff either. I just get busy.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just want to make sure you didn't think I was like ignoring you or something. But
no, I'm used to it. It's fine. Friendship's dwindling, holding on by a thread. Someone's got a sharp pair of scissors.
Yep. It was already hanging by a thread, and then you moved all the way out to freaking Kansas. You're like, I'm gonna be a mountain person now. Yeehaw.
Yeah, dude. So I got a thing from Starlink the other day. They're like, hey, it's a better than nothing kind of thing. And it was basically like, we can't promise you anything, but we can give you internet and a satellite. But if it gets slow, we're gonna slow your stuff up. And I'm like, the wife wants to move, though. I mean,
yeah, you guys still looking for back in town where you were?
Yeah. Problem is, dude, rent's more expensive than my house payment.
Yeah, it's getting pretty bad.
Yeah,
it's horrible. It scares me to death because it's like, man, what are we going to move to? Because some of these apartments are like over $1,000 a month. I'm like, that's a lot of money for an apartment.
Did you see what's causing all that? There's obviously a bunch of factors, but they said giant corporations just buying properties and just sitting on them are what's causing rent to go up. Partially. Because they're like,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's because so like, you know how real estate has been like in the last like 20 years, like a lot of like solo people like you or I would go out and get real estate and like rent it out.
Yeah.
So like corporations just took that to another level and just started buying up all the properties that come available, and then they just sit on them, which causes the regular pricing of the houses to go up, and they can control the rent market as well. So yeah, pretty freaking cool.
That's shady. So I guess I'm getting a little Home Depot shed and slapping it on a piece of land.
America. build it, slap that son of a gun right in the corner where my brother lives. You know you want to. You know you want to.
He's offered. I should just. The problem is so far, dude, for me to go to work and stuff right now. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Are your college loans getting paid off?
I'm in an apprenticeship. I don't have to pay anything.
No,
yeah,
right. I knew that, but I thought
you went to college before.
Oh no! So since through apprenticeship, it doesn't get covered at all through Biden's thing.
Apprenticeship is not a college. Like, it's not through a college.
I thought it was through a college. That's why I was confused by it.
Same. No. As a part of the apprenticeship, I was gonna say usually apprenticeship you get paid, so it wouldn't make sense to have a loan for it.
Oh, I thought you still go to school through a school though.
I do. I go to college. It's just my work pays for all my college classes.
Yeah, it's not,
right. But what happens if your work, like you got to hit a certain grade, right? And like if you try to leave your work, That's what I was asking. If you left your work right now.
Yeah, but he would have to take the loan before he went to school, so it wouldn't work. Like loans are prepaid, like a college loan or through the government.
Yeah.
It's only the government ones. You can't.
Gotcha.
Yeah, her loans might get forgiven or whatever they're doing, but dude, I've heard so many controversial opinions on this. Anybody who's got a college loan, once it's get forgiven, anybody who doesn't loses their mind. And I brought it up at work, and I just watched the fireworks happen. It was amazing.
Oh my
I'm like, I think school should be free. He's like, why should it be free? I'm like,
we should all be ignorant. We don't need education.
Dude, so,
hunting and trapping.
He was like, why should I pay for someone else to go to school? So I pointed to the guy next to me. I said, he's got 3 kids that went through school, right? He goes, yeah. I said, if I live in his district, I paid for that. Yeah. I'm like, so how is that any different?
Yeah,
that's not fair. But I don't mind doing it because it's education for kids. Why should it be any different for adults? And he just looks at me like, it's bullshit. I'm like, look, dude, I'm just trying to throw opinions out there. I don't care. I'm just saying something, just to try to stir the pot a little.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you're like, suddenly your people at work are like, Dan's a commie, you know? It's ridiculous.
I like to open viewpoints a little bit, or expand your mind. I don't know. Whatever, but
yeah, I mean, it's easier doing that. I feel like it's easier doing that for yourself, and you know how stubborn we are, rather than some of these people in our area.
Yes. Yes.
Bro, it's like it's another level. We were yeah. Yeah.
It's all good fun. I like to see different viewpoints because sometimes it makes you change your mind about things,
Absolutely, and it's even funnier once you actually shift viewpoints into like how like you used to think, and then you shift and you're like, holy shit, some of these people are like way out there, way farther than I thought before.
Yeah, an open mind's a good thing, man. That's my opinion. But
agreed.
Absolutely.
Agreed. Well, bud, I can let you go. I just I needed clarification that we aren't like some evil group that we're torture each other on racks or some shit.
He just needed you to back him up.
I did. Basically, I need you to back me up.
He couldn't defend himself against me.
At first, I'm not going to lie. It was like one of those like, hey, this is a bro code. I'm calling you. You need to back me up, right? And you failed really hard. Right off the rip. You were like, oh, Joel's a piece of shit.
Look, I couldn't help it. You called me. Of all the people you could have called, you called me. If you had called Chuck or someone, they'd have been like, oh, yeah, no problem. You called me. You sent a scorpion to my house. So I can't just pretend that didn't happen and then like, yeah, no, our friend group doesn't fuck with each other.
No, I didn't say it didn't fuck with each other. But yeah, I'll let you go, bud. I hope you have a wonderful night and take her easy, okay? I miss you.
All right, miss you. Bye. Later.
All right, bye.
See ya.
Bye.
So there you have it, Cassie.
No, I think I just heard that Dan's a masochist, basically.
Yeah,
he was like,
exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's pretty screwed up, but I like it.
Our whole group is basically masochists. I think that's what it's kind of come to. Some of us are nicer than others, but yeah, we like it that way.
I mean, he has a point. Guys treat their friends differently than girls generally.
That's why I said a lot of times when you're like, why would you guys do that to each other? And I'm like, what?
No, I know. It's just hard to like, just the things that you say.
It's actually like we're like way softer than we used to be. You know what I mean? You'd be like, we were like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, I've even noticed. Yeah,
like it's like you would go too far, like every 3 months with something, and then you're like apologizing.
Yeah, that's fair. You guys are always that's why I know. It's just like I feel like you fight with your friends way more than I'm like, don't fight with.
Fight like actual arguing and stuff.
Yeah, you like used to. You get on these like, oh, you're mad. I'm not gonna talk to him for like a month.
No, not exactly. That's mainly when I've done that is when one friend does something really shitty to another friend, and I draw a line like, hey, I'm on this dude's side.
But before, these things were not that bad, and you'd get in this like, I'm not going to talk to him. And they wouldn't talk to you for a while, then you'd be fine again.
I feel like it's probably normally the other way around where they don't talk to me.
Oh, maybe, but
possibly. I don't know. Dan normally, it's so we go in long periods without talking. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 times where we're like, hey, let's give this a week and come back and chat about it. We were salty with each other. But I mean, it's bound to happen when you're like really close. And me and Chuck have definitely gotten fights before. All the time. Not so much now.
That's what I was saying.
But
like,
yeah.
Several years ago, I feel like all the time you were, and I was like, what are we like in high school? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, there was a lot of misunderstandings though. Well, you're running a business.
Feel like you need to like defend yourself, but I don't think that like these are facts.
I'm going to.
Like, I don't need that.
Yeah, sure, they're facts. I mean, everybody's going to argue with their friends. But a lot of the stuff with like Chuckles was like a lot of combination of tension because we were working every day together, running a business together. See, you know what I mean? Just right there. At work, we got in arguments, fights all the time. We still got along, obviously. But I mean, it's like being married.
Except I'm not like married to my friends. I don't get in fights all the time like you do.
Yeah, but once again, it's I think it's unfortunately a kind of a man thing. You're not pushing like, especially like when with the jokes and stuff, you're like pushing boundaries technically when you're making jokes, especially when you're younger, right? And then if it goes too far, the other person's irritated, and then you're like, why are you irritated? And it's a back and forth. Whereas now someone's like, hey, I don't appreciate that. And you're like, I go, oh, okay. And then I think about that. Depending who we're talking about here. Because if we're like talking about like, you know, my brother or his wife, she's like basically a sister, so I'm like harass her, you know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, that's
good for her.
Yeah. Family's different. It's normal for family, you know, siblings.
So, squabble and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. But in general, I'm like, I feel like your group of friends specifically, I couldn't imagine what you guys would get in an argument about.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know the last time I was like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think, like Dan said, men, when it comes to is like, we're a lot more hostile.
Yeah.
We're idiots, essentially. For no reason. But now we're matured. Now we're old folks, Cassie.
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean? We're not old folks?
But you said you matured. I'm saying like.
Shots fired, I say, huh?
It's like you're a seed and now you're a sprout, not like a tree.
Huh? What the fuck does that even mean?
Like only matured like this much.
Oh, you're saying like, I'm not a tree. I'm a seedling.
Yeah. Essentially. Basically, you matured from a seed to a little sprout.
Don't say little sprout. No. You fucked it.
Or maybe, how about this? You matured to like a 5-year wine, not like a 15-year wine, which is like way better.
First of all, I know damn well you don't know your wines.
Well, so whiskey, it's the same thing. It doesn't matter.
Whiskey.
Either way.
That terminology works for whiskey.
Probably.
Wine. I feel like wine's older, isn't it? Than 15 years for it to be like.
That's exactly my point, though.
No, like
you're not your a fine wine
15 years. Thank you, Cassie. You guys see what I can deal with? Not a fine wine. Wonderful.
Not yet. Someday.
God, I love you.
But you're not expensive, so I guess that's, Like I'm saying, like a fine wine.
Ouch.
Like I'm not gonna pay for like wine like that, so it's okay that you're like mediocre.
So first of all, you called me cheap, immature, and cheap.
Yeah.
But no, you didn't even say that I'm cheap. You as a product, I'm cheap.
Yeah.
This is fucked up, Cassie. Yeah. Even for you, this is a new low. Are you ready to wrap this up?
But it still gets you drunk, like that song that we sang. So gets the job done, I guess. The cheap wine.
We're getting into some weird territory here.
I'm just rolling with my analogy.
I like it. I like it, but it doesn't sound good for you initially, or me. What? I don't even know. You're getting drunk on me, apparently. Still, is what you're saying.
I'm just saying, like it, like does a job. Like you're a suitable husband, I guess. Even though you're not fine wine.
Suitable. She's like,
Mature.
You're fucking barely here. You're barely there, dude.
You're good like for right now.
One step in the wrong direction, you're...
No, I'm saying like for this like phase, and you're right. And someday you'll be that fine wine when you're mature.
Someday? Yeah. Like what, when I'm 80? I'm already 30.
Yeah. Didn't you say?
You said I'm a sproutling.
I'm pretty sure you said men don't, you told me several times that men
30.
don't mature until they're like 30. So.
It's like, yeah, well, I think it's like, I don't know if it's 30 exactly, but it's much later than women.
Yeah.
Brain-wise.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about here.
I don't know if
that
we'll
is
ever.
What we're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
Brain and relationships with your
I feel
friends.
like men hang on to that, though. You know what I mean? That immaturity. Cling to it, Cassie. We're just giant children.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially. And that's what makes us fun, though.
Sometimes, yep.
Sometimes. Okay, I'll take it. Are you ready to be done with this?
Yeah.
To send it out? All right, guys. Well, this was an episode of the Unadulterated Amateurs podcast with my wife, Cassie, and myself, Joel Norden. And Chuckle should be back next week, possibly. Or maybe Cassie is his new replacement. Hit that red button, Cassie. Send it. Chuck is going to be pissed at you for playing bird noises at the end here.
Right.
He loves doing that.
Why are we playing bird noises?
Thanks, everybody. Peace out.
See ya.